She has done the world premiere episode of actually being on someone else's podcast. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. She pulled out all the stops. Here is
In a stunning twist that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood and the podcasting world, Meghan Markle has reportedly been flat-out rejected by Lemonade. A media CEO, Jessica Cord of Kramer, the reason too many negative reviews, too much drama, and far too little substance. The Duchess's desperate attempt to revive or failed media image has once again crashed into a brick wall of public and industry skepticism. This rejection isn't just another bump in the road. It's a full-blown humiliation.
I'm a founder. I'm over it. She's not important. She married for money. It's very clear. She bagged the elephant. She was thrilled. She became a, quote, princess.
Well, you can...
It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family.
Lemonade. A media known for producing some of the most thoughtful and socially conscious podcasts of the past decade wants nothing to do with Meghan Markle. The message is loud and clear. Her brand is toxic, according to trusted insiders. Meghan's team approached Lemonade, a media, an increasingly powerful podcasting platform known for its authenticity and social relevance, with what she believed would be her redemption project. A new podcast, a new narrative, a new Meghan, but Lemonade didn't bite sources. Close to the deal, say CEO. Jessica, Cordova Kramer, personally rejected the proposal, allegedly stating,
"Fish in a barrel. With all that self-help talk, he was no match for her."
So as we unpack like an onion some of the things I'm interested in, I actually like the royal family. I think it's cool. So
that's another thing. She killed the queen.
She did kill the queen.
In my opinion.
I agree with you.
We've seen the backlash. We've read the reviews. This is not the direction we want to go. In plain English, Meghan's name carries baggage and hauteur. A brand built on real people and real stories didn't want to touch hers with a 10-foot mic. This wasn't just a declined offer, it was a loud rejection of Meghan's entire media image. This decision didn't come out of nowhere. It's rooted in cold, hard data. Remember, archetypes. The podcast Meghan launched with royal fanfare and a multi-million-dollar Spotify deal. The numbers were awful.
Didn't they renounce their royalty, but they still want the royalty? Yeah. So it is hypocritical to get into that situation and then want nothing to do with it, but you do want anything to do with it. I don't have as strong feelings as you do for her. I don't care for her.
Yes, it debuted strong, but that momentum died fast. Why? Because the reviews were brutal. 1. On Spotify and Apple Podcasts, users left floods of one-star ratings, calling the show pretentious, scripted, and a personal PR monologue disguised as social commentary. Many felt Meghan wasn't interested in her guests, only in making herself look profound. And Lemonade. They read every single review.
First guest is a mother of two who played hot girl #1 in the movie A Lot Like Love. Also, she loves redheads. Please welcome my friend, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex.
They saw the trend, and they knew that no amount of Duchess glamour could erase what the audience already decided. Meghan's voice quite simply doesn't sell. Let's be blunt. Meghan Markle podcasting credibility is dead in the water. Since her Spotify fallout, she's been quietly shopping new projects around town. But the reality is, no major platform is taking her seriously anymore. One industry insider revealed she's viewed as unpredictable. She wants control, but she doesn't deliver. Even Netflix, which once banked heavily on her star power, has scaled back support.
This is really, you said the last talk show you did was like, I don't know, another decade ago, but you used to come to this lot to audition all the time.
Oh my gosh, completely. I would park at gate 3 and then I would scoot on over, and what was so nice is the security guards here would always say, "Break a leg, we hope you get it." So to drive in today was...
Her podcast efforts are now seen as high risk, low reward. Behind the scenes, producers are whispering the dreaded word, unworkable. And when your name sends red flags through every production meeting, no network wants to be the next headline attached to your downfall. Here's why this rejection hurts even more. Because Jessica Cordova Kramer isn't just any CEO, she's one of the most respected women in modern podcasting. She built Lemonade Media on powerful real-life storytelling from addiction and grief to resilience and hope.
And then pull it shut behind me and crawl over all my seats to get out. That's how I would come to and fro.
Oh my God.
I know, so it was not ideal.
Did anyone ever see, I know you parked far away, but did anyone ever see you climb through a trunk?
No, I would play it off. I would go like, oh, I'm just looking for my resume and my...
Her brand thrives because it's grounded in authenticity, emotional intelligence, and public trust. Meghan, in contrast, is associated with vanity, victimhood, and vague activism. Kramer wasn't going to risk her company's values for celebrity, clickbait. Insiders say she didn't even need a second meeting. Meghan's pitch was reviewed, and the verdict came fast. Not a fit, not even close. So what exactly did Meghan pitch? According to sources familiar with the rejected concept, it was yet another glossy, overly scripted podcast filled with buzzwords like empowerment, healing.
And you would come in at the same time and you just looked at me and said, are you getting that dog? Get that dog. You have to take that dog home. I was like, well, if Ellen said I have to take the dog home, I'm getting this dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even, obviously, I didn't know who you were. I just love people rescuing pets. So as soon as you were holding the dog, I was like, take it.
Take it. And I said, okay.
Yeah. And you did.
I will.
And you
Yeah,
did.
I did. I listened.
I love that. Obviously, we're neighbors, so we see.
And narrative reclamation. One person who read the proposal called it tone-deaf and contrived. Rather than offering something raw or revolutionary, it was reportedly just another celebrity-driven ego project. Meghan's name was front and center, her voice, her story, her version of events. Again, there was no fresh perspective, no new storytelling format, no clear target audience, just another high-concept, low-substance attempt to reframe the narrative. And Lemonade, a company that platforms real people with real struggles.
Yeah, that's not them there. That's not. That's not your backyard.
That is not our backyard. That was at when we announced we were engaged. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So you've been married for 3 years, but when y'all were dating, you had to really keep it quiet.
Yes.
And you saw right through it. This is the deeper unspoken truth that no one around Meghan wants to admit. Hollywood no longer trusts her. She was given the biggest stage. Spotify handed her millions. Netflix gave her global access. Media outlets treated her like a cultural force. And what did she do? One poorly received podcast season, a fading documentary series, and a handful of failed brand deals. And now, when she knocks on new doors, she's finding them shut. People inside the industry whisper, too risky, too much baggage, she's not worth the drama. She's gone from being a...
The part that
in
was
Toronto.
Which ones were they?
Yeah.
And we kept saying this Halloween, we were like, this is your chance. You can go out. You can get dressed up and actually go out. But y'all chose to stay home this year.
We were home and we saw you guys, which was great. But no, we wanted to do something fun for the kids. And then the kids were just not into it at all. Archie was a dinosaur for maybe 5 minutes.
Not.
Rising media icon to a celebrity cautionary tale, and Lemon's rejection just sealed that perception. Coming up in the next segment, we explore how Meghan's past treatment of collaborators is resurfacing, why her voiceovers are losing public interest, and how even her most loyal supporters in liberal media are now backing away. This isn't just one podcast deal gone wrong. This is a pattern, and Meghan Markle may finally be running out of second chances. One of the biggest red flags surrounding Meghan's podcast pitch wasn't even the content.
Gums, that really soothed her.
That's great. Or old school style, you just take a washcloth and dip it in some apple juice, or right? All the moms are nodding. You go anything to relieve that.
Tequila, anything.
Haven't tried that yet. Yep.
I know.
That's Auntie Ellen for you.
Yep, that's right. That's why I don't have kids. You know. And Archie he seems...
It was her reputation behind the scenes. Producers who worked on her Archetypes podcast with Spotify have quietly spoken out about the chaos they endured. According to insiders, Meghan was extremely difficult to work with, constantly changing direction, overriding professionals, and demanding excessive creative control. Point 1, former producer reportedly said, everything had to be rewritten to make her look like the hero. And in the world of podcasting, that's not collaboration, it's control. Jessica Cordova Kramer likely took all this into account. 1. She knows that...
So you were born and raised in Los Angeles.
I was.
What did you do? Where did you lived in Hollywood?
I did. I lived in Miracle Mile growing up, so right by LACMA, and learned how to ride my bike at the La Brea Tar Pits, all that area. And then, yeah, stayed here until I went away to college in Chicago and then came back.
You learned...
Great audio storytelling requires trust, flexibility, and respect for the craft. And Meghan, she burned too many bridges already. Lemonade wasn't about to be the next victim. Even worse, the public has started tuning Meghan out. Her voice, once a symbol of modern royalty and progressive hope, has now become synonymous with privileged whining, PR-polished scripts, and unrelatable content, critics across social media say. Her podcast delivery sounds robotic, insincere, and heavily edited.
I was what, 9?
That's amazing. And then did you go on to want to like sell other things, or you were just, that's the one thing you thought, oh, I can sell these?
No, it was a thing at the time, and I guess they're back now. People are wearing scrunchies again.
Portia wears scrunchies. Yeah.
So I'll bring some over and see if she wants to buy any.
Sell some to Portia. She can afford it. You and Harry are on the...
One viral comment even joked, she sounds like she's narrating a luxury soap commercial, not talking about women's rights. This matters more than she may realize. Podcasting is a personal, intimate medium. Listeners want rawness. They want connection. Meghan's voice, filtered through layers of branding and self-importance, just doesn't deliver that anymore. And Lemonade knew it. And here's where things get truly alarming for Meghan. The rejection isn't just coming from conservative circles or royal critics. Even traditionally liberal media platforms, which once praised her as a modern icon of feminism and racial progress, are now pulling back. That once loyal allies are beginning to question her motives. Articles that once framed her as brave are now using words like calculated, misguided, and detached. Lemon's rejection is just a reflection of that broader media shift. A line has quietly been drawn. You can't survive on victimhood narratives forever. Eventually, you have to deliver real value. With Spotify done, Netflix cooling, archetypes dead, American Riviera orchard mocked, and now Lemonade turning its back, what's left? This Lemonade rejection isn't just another failure. It's a signal to the entire industry that Meghan Markle is no longer seen as a viable investment. She's burned through platforms, budgets, and public goodwill, leaving behind disappointment and dramatics at every turn. Once hailed as a voice for the voiceless, she's now seen as a brand built on entitlement, not impact. And with every new denied stamp, her credibility fades, her media ambitions crumble, and the spotlight she once craved, it's dimming. So, what now? From Meghan Markle, if Lemonade won't take her calls, who will? One thing's certain. The Duchess, who wanted to dominate the microphone, is now struggling to even find one. Stay tuned, because in Meghan's world, the downfall is never quiet. Like and comment. Please subscribe my channel.